Hello, everyone watching and listening, and welcome to another edition of Inspired by with Stowe. And I always leave a blank space because you never know who is going to be on the show. And today I have the honor and pleasure of talking to Angela. Hold on, I messed up. Dr. Angela Wilson. How are you feeling?
I'm good. How are you? Wait, so funny because I'm like, he messed up. I'll be forgetting I'm a doctor.
Yeah, that is amazing. So how does it feel to be a doctor, to get your doctorate?
It feels great. Really, I just, gained that capacity to just do beyond what I want to do in regards to, education. In order for me to get to the goals that I need, in order to change policy and everything like that, you got to have those things under your belt. So it feels great to finish, finally finishing school. Yeah.
Yes.
2020 pandemic, it took away our graduation ceremony. But Clark Atlanta, they gave us a ceremony just about 3 weeks ago. And I really felt oh my God, it's very indescribable. But I felt the feeling of the accomplishment, being hood and actually being there in the ceremony and walking across the stage. So
yeah, like it didn't, just because of the delay, didn't lose its essence.
Yes.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So with the pandemic, you're educational leader, but at the same time you were a student. So like, how has your value of education or view of the value of education changed?
Really, to be honest, it never changed. Like, if you know me, my family, they're like, you are always in school. You're always reading. This is this. Education is so imperative. It's like knowledge is power, right? So, I mean, I've lived it. I've always been in education, like studying something. Even after I finished my doctoral degree, then I took up discipleship class at church, and I just graduated from that too. And it's learning never gets old. Like, you have to learn. You have to continue to learn, to grow, to change in a positive way. So really, it's really no difference for me. But I'm a very, very HBCU advocate. Okay, I'm a graduate of 3 HBCUs. Okay, they're illustrious. You have to go to HBCU.
Wow. No, and education is huge. I talk about it on my show here all the time. I'm just about, education and inspiration through, the platforms that I have. And I just feel like, you have, multiple platforms too, and one being a great artist. And the release of your song Winner last year, like immediately hearing it was like, oh, this is an anthem. So what were your intentions behind the original and the remix?
Wow, thank you. Well, really, man, God just gave me the word. During the pandemic, I had a lot of songs just coming to me. I wrote quite a bit. But that one, we were like, oh yeah, let's go with that one. And really, that one really embodied the life that I've lived, and then also the life that I motivate and encourage other people to live. Trials, they come. Lord Jesus, I go through them often, but you have to know that they are here for a greater good, and for us to grow and to not feel defeated. We're all winners in Him, and we just have to know that. We have to claim it. We have to live it, even though it may be difficult. So really, it just those words, the Lord just graced me with them in order to encourage and motivate others. And the inspiration from the original to the remix, the remix was a little more, I wanted it to be a little more urban-y. You know, and then when Molly heard the song, he told me he loved the lyrics, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, really?" And he was like, "Yeah, let's go, let's make a remix." Let's get, like, oh my god, I was just flattered and like, oh my god, like the Molly music. This man is a genius.
Right.
So just giving all praises, glory to the man above. God is good.
No, that's huge. And and reading about your story, from childhood to now is very inspirational. So like at what mark on your journey did you, come to the conclusion like, yes, I am victorious, I am a winner no matter what?
Ah, I've never had that question asked. Woo. Really, it kind of like throughout my life though, everything I've done has always been I just always put my best foot forward.
Mhm.
I've always um rise to the occasion, challenge myself. I never had a defeated mentality. Sometimes, the devil can play some mental games. But that's, when you have to really get in the word, pray, and I have to call my immediate family, like, y'all gotta pray for me. But as far as like just tasks that I embark on, I've always, risen to the occasion. If I see it, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And really a lot of the things just come through ease. And that's when like you're really following the lead of God. Like everything that I have done has been all because of him. Like
Yeah.
seriously. So and sometimes, people ask me like, "How did you do all of it?" I've always had a full plate, and you don't understand unless you like really, really know me. And
Yeah.
I'm like, how was I able to do all of this at the same time? Like I'm teaching a 9 to 5 at Clark Atlanta full time. I'm a choir director, praise team, all worship leader. I'm writing a book. I was doing so much at one time, and it just felt like that it was so manageable.
Mm.
But yeah.
No, that's amazing, and that's not, something to undermine or look over, because sometimes when we're in the moment of, having so much on our plate, like we can't appreciate how we are getting through it until we are on the other side of through. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but you talked about how effortless it was, and you didn't realize how much it was until you reflect on it. A lot of people, like I said, is the opposite. So it's just encouraging to hear, both sides of it. Like you were just following God's lead, and
Mm-hmm.
so and I'm sure that came, through relationship with Him, because a lot of people with with their responsibilities can't even seem to find the time to ha- maintain that relationship with God in the midst of it.
Absolutely. Yes. I definitely maintained a relationship with God.
Mm.
And it really came from my upbringing. I'm a preacher's child. But not only that, but my parents, man, they were phenomenal with raising me and my other 6 siblings. Um, And I was always at church, always at church, Bible study. I gave my, gifts, my talent, my treasure, and my time to God. And those are three very important things. And I know that is why He has been blessing me um,
Wow.
in abundance.
No, that's good. Like like that. I mean, it's a necessary submission in order for us to experience that promised abundant life.
Yeah.
Like that promised life doesn't come without, a cost for us, and it really is not a cost for us because it didn't belong to us
Right,
anyway.
right,
Wow.
right.
Well, that's huge. So I don't want to leave any gift unacknowledged. You talked about a little bit earlier. You are an author of the book, Motivating Teachers Today.
Yes. I'm sorry, did you say something?
Yeah, can you talk to us about your book?
Oh, okay. Well, basically, man, that was a time, it still is, of course. I'm gonna continue to write more books, but that particular book is about really what it says, motivating teachers. If you really don't know what teachers do, what they go through daily, it's just more of I actually dedicated that book to teachers because many teachers, especially new beginning novice teachers, those who are just entering the profession, they don't really have a true insight of what all a teacher entails, the duties and the responsibilities, and it could get very overwhelming. And when I was, completing my dissertation, I was studying on how the first 5 years of beginning teachers, they leave the profession. So it's really hard to retain teachers. And I understand why it can be difficult. I love the art of teaching, but it just comes with a lot mentally, physically, and even, spiritually.
Yeah.
So I'm just there because it has all of that in there to help teachers in all of those capacities. So I just want to reach out and, help teachers. I'm a heavy teacher advocate as well. And those are my goals as I continue in the education realm to continue to help teachers, inspire teachers, and help just make education better overall.
Yeah, that's huge. That's real big because I think there's opportunity for the education system across the board to be, transformed, so to say, into what life calls for these days. And I'm sure being the great student that you are, how the education system was built for the industrial era,
Yeah.
how to survive that. And it's like, well, we've kind of progressed way past just
Right.
factories and steel mills. So the world needs passionate educators like you to continue to do exactly that. So when it comes to writing, you say you plan on writing more books?
I do. I'm waiting for the next. I do have ideas.
Yeah.
There will be, multiple books throughout my lifetime, what God graces me with.
Right.
But I haven't started the next book yet. But yes, I do intend to write more books.
So this kind of hits home with me because I have a few books out, and I'm just interested in like your process in writing and the whole publish, how that was for you.
Oh, okay. Well, really, when I began writing, I really focused on what I wanted the book to be about, what the message that God gave me, and then I just continued to expound on that message. I didn't want to give so much, like go a different route, because you can save that for another opportunity.
Yeah.
So really, I'm a writer too. I love to write and I love to read, but I definitely love to write. I'm a, ELA teacher too, ELA social studies. So I love to write. So really, that book didn't take me maybe like 2 weeks to write that. And like even with my song processes, like even writing Winter, I wrote that in 15 minutes. Like I write that. God graces me with creativity. Thank you, Jesus. I love it. But it doesn't take me long to do something. Once he gives me, the idea and the purpose to do it, I'm getting it done.
You say you wrote a book in 2 weeks.
Uh-huh. And you know what? And I sat on it. I sat on that book because I was like, should I make it long? Should I make it bigger? Should I?
Yeah.
And then I sat on it for about 8 months, and I couldn't think of anything else to put. So I was like, you know what? It's it. I'm just gonna let it out. I'm just gonna let it out because obviously it's done.
Yeah.
It's done. He hasn't given me anything else to write in it. So
That's huge. That's amazing. I think one of the biggest mistakes I made when I wrote my first one when I went in Barnes and Nobles to look at other books.
oh yeah, you can't do that.
And I was like, yo, my book is nowhere near this thick.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, should I make it thin? Should I write? I'm like, no, like all books do not have to be that way, you know. It's what was given to you and do just that. Don't compare. Don't compare. And even with I have to think about that even with like my music or just things that I do in general. Like I've always have not compared or looked at the other person.
Yeah.
But, you know, lately I found myself doing that and I'm like, oh no, that's not the way to do things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, that's huge. So you believe in, seeking God, putting in work, and then waiting on Him.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that look like practically though? Because, and I'm not saying like this about you, but we hear a lot of, motivational speakers or preachers say these, big billboard statements that make you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
But we need that. Since you're an educator, I know you can break that down to what that looks like practically.
Okay, well, waiting on God, and really, I'm only going off of experience. I learn best through experience.
Yeah.
So say for instance, man, it's kind of hard to explain. It really is. Like seriously, okay, you just have to know that you can't do things your way. Okay. If you're leading yourself, if you find things
Mm.
not aligning, then 9 times out of 10, you're not following what he has for you.
Wow.
Okay. And then either that or you have to wait. You just have to be patient and it'll come.
Mm.
Even things that you're not seeking, he
Yeah.
will gift them to you because he trusts you with them from what you've done before. So a lot of the stuff really that I have been blessed with were things I wasn't seeking, but he gifted them to me and he blessed me, to have them because he trusts me. He sees what you do behind closed doors. He sees what you do wholeheartedly.
Mm.
So, if you pray about it, I guess you could say that. But even like I said, with the stuff I've done, man, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. But like I did, I do truly believe if it's not aligning, if it doesn't align, then you definitely need to either be patient and wait on it, or it's really not. You're not, following his lead.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it starts off with, what you say first in seeking him. Like,
Mm-hmm.
can you, establish your unique relationship with God?
Right.
Like the same way God will work with me, he's not going to work with you. And that's just different. It's different for everybody.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. And I think finding that uniqueness in the relationship with God will, grow your trust. It will grow, in how you.
It will grow those gifts that he already has for you as well.
Yes.
Like a lot of people have to understand the gifts that he's already given you.
Yeah.
Many people overlook or don't look at the things that he's actually already gifted you with. All of us have a gift. You have to find it and then expound on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And he unveils it when you get close to him.
Yep.
And it's because what I love about God is he makes it so easy because of how he breaks things down. Because we can just look at you know, regular relationships or regular friendships. Like,
Mhm.
you know, there's certain people that you allow access and that you'll give stuff to because of your relationship with them.
Mhm.
And people that you're not, you don't. So it's like it's
Very true. See, look, you're breaking it down too. See, look at you. I like that. I like that. See, exactly.
yeah, it is
And
that
you
it's
trust you with it. Yes, exactly. See, you gave a great example. You gave a great example.
no, it's just the truth. Um, and I just like that's just my prayer that everyone understands that that they're worthy of what God has in store for them.
Hmm.
You know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So before I let you go, I gotta give you a quiz.
Okay.
It's not really a quiz because you're gonna have the answer. And you can. And there's no wrong answer, and you can use as many words as you want to.
Whew.
So all I need you to do is fill in the blank.
Okay.
So my name is Dr. Angela Wilson, and I'm inspired by blank.
My parents.
Okay.
I'm inspired by my parents. Oh, do I elaborate?
Yeah, if you want.
Oh, I'm just inspired by them. Just their whole life. They just celebrated their anniversary, 43 years of marriage. Okay,
Ooh,
that is a quite a long time,
yeah.
and they've just been the greatest example in a marriage. And just in parenting alone, man, anything that we need, man. And my dad, oh my gosh, he's just the ultimate. Growing up, I didn't realize how great my dad was until I got older. Man, he's just such a great provider. Man, he everything about him is just wonderful. My mother too, so I'm gonna say my parents. They inspire me.
That's awesome. So, Angela, is there anything else that we need to know that's coming up or that you want to leave with those listening and watching?
Um, I'll say, guys, make sure you purchase Winner, download Winner Remix, watch the video, share. You can follow me on my social media, Instagram, Angela Wilson Sings, at Angela Wilson Sings. YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. And Facebook, Angela Wilson Sings. Like it as well. And what else? Twitter. I need to get on there. It's gonna be transparent, okay? But it's at official_Ange
Okay.
Other than that, thank you guys so much. Thank you for the opportunity. So thank you
Absolutely.
everyone who is riding with me, who's supporting me. Be on the lookout. I'm excited for, more music to come. Have a nice one lined up when we get to it. But yes, I'm excited. I'm excited.